It's finally here, the first week of the 2019 Texas high school football season, and that means the start of the Friday Night Blitz. Welcome into San Antonio's only 30-minute high school football show. We have you covered from every corner of South Texas tonight. Highlights, post-game reaction, and even a special feature on the Rocket Man, Judson's new head football coach. We'll get to all that over this next half hour, but first, we start with our game of the week. Our game of the week features the Brandeis Broncos and the Johnson Jaguars. Broncos returning a lot of talent from its Regional 4 final run a year ago. Jags looking to get back to state playoffs as well. First quarter, Brandeis quarterback Jordan Battles finds Holmes all alone. A 7-yard score. Broncos with an early 7-0 lead. Jaguars now back to punt, but the snap is high. Landon Brandeis is tackled to the ground. Broncos back in business. And, well, so is Battles from 3 yards out. Broncos with a 14-7 lead. Then Jordan Battles again. He calls his own number once more, weaving his way through traffic, runs it in from 28 yards out. Make that 21-7 Broncos. But just before the half, Johnson's Ty Reasoner scrambling, hits Shane Johnson, and Johnson can't be touched. He goes all the way to the other end, 75 yards for the score. Jaguars cut into the lead, but it's going to be the Broncos that come on top in this one. Let's send it over to our Friday Night Blitz reporter, Marcus Floyd, who's standing by with the star of the game.
Now we're joined by victorious Brandeis quarterback Jordan Battles. Jordan, after a big year last year, you guys came in and you had something to prove in this first game, didn't you?
Yes, sir. We had a lot to prove. You know, everybody was doubting us, saying, last year was a fluke, last year was this, last year was that. So we came out here and proved a lot of people wrong.
Is this the kind of game, though, that you guys needed for this first game? A little bit of adversity and where you guys kind of hang on to kind of bring you guys together, you think?
Yes, sir. This was the perfect game. You know, we had to fight through adversity, you know, people getting ejected and penalties and everything, but it's a jump start for our next season, for this season.
What do you guys expect from this team for the rest of the year? I mean, you guys look really good out there.
We have high expectations for ourselves, so we're just gonna go back to school, go over film, go over penalties and everything. We're gonna come out next week and execute versus Stevens.
How are you, as the leader of this team, going to be able to help get them, kind of corral them, kind of get everybody's mind focused and ready to play?
That's a good one. You know, just talk to my team, make sure, you know, we had a freshman out there playing today. He made a couple mistakes, so just make sure I pick my team up after mistakes and everything.
If you can go out there and run the ball, I mean, I'm not trying to get you to brag or boast or anything, but you running the ball like that and then the weapons you guys have, what can this team achieve?
Well, we can achieve a lot. Just my weapons on the outside help us running backs and quarterback get plays, and then they try to stop us, so we go back to receivers. We got a lot of athletes on the field.
What do you see out of that Johnson team? I mean, they never gave up. I mean, 31-25, I mean, they tried to push you guys to the end.
Yeah, they're a good team. They're fighting, and I believe we might see them again.
Well, guys, 31-25, Jordan Battles, after a spectacular year last year, had a big night again tonight, leads the team to victory. We'll see what they can do next week.
Yes, sir.
Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you so much. Pretty good first game of the week. Now let's continue our Friday Night Blitz action. Head over to Ferris Stadium for the Peanut Butter Bowl. Reagan Rattlers and the Brennan Bears going head-to-head, but also giving back to their community, collecting jars of peanut butter. How about that? That's pretty awesome. Now, Rattlers quarterback and UT baseball commit Travis Staley not starting because of an injury, so it's Rhett Buell in at QB and some trouble early on. Bears with a sack taking down the backup QB. Then Brennan ball now on the 29. Quarterback Jordan Flores looks right. It's Darian Tolfree. Tolfree runs it up the sideline for the first down and then some. Great position on the field would only lead to a field goal, and then this. Flores hands it off. Another handoff. Then Tolfree makes the throw himself, and Keon Thomas is there on the other end to catch it. 4 guys touching the ball on that play. Brennan up 10-0. Then Rattlers try to get something going. Buell downfield connects with Staten Ankrum for the Reagan first down. However, Rattlers couldn't continue the drive. Brennan takes over this one, 17-0 over the Reagan Rattlers. Now let's keep it going. Madison Mavericks and the Clemens Buffaloes. Madison's Enrique Ibarra-Cortez with a nice big boot to start things off, but then Clemens Vincent Perez ready to go. Weaves his way through traffic all around the Mavericks, and he is off to the races. Takes it all the way to the opposite end of the field, returning the kick for a touchdown. Clemens up 7-0 right out of the gates. Now Madison looking to respond. Darian Gill off the snap. runs into a little bit of traffic and loses the rock in contact. Clemens, Zadrian Moore recovers it, and it's Buffalo's ball. This time, Buffalo's with another answer. Pruski with a QB keeper takes this ball in for himself, runs it all the way in for a touchdown. Buffaloes run away with this one 28-0 over Madison. Now let's take a look at a couple other big games from Friday night. Antonian Apaches take down Seguin Matadors 42-21. South San Bobcats win 21-7 over McCollum. Bernie gets a big win over Stevens 41-8, and Roosevelt wins 51-14 over Southwest. Okay, keeping the action going. How about this time the Edison Golden Bears hosting the Pleasanton Eagles at Alamo Stadium. Starting off in the second Eagles ball, Nathaniel Cordova finds a wide open Dalton Hobbs, able to maneuver around the defense, dives in for the score. Eagles up 27-7 at this point. A couple minutes till half. Golden Bears, Brandon Gonzalez hands it off to Onks Ortiz. Ortiz gets pushed back by J.J. Morales. Goes down around the 33. Then a couple plays after that, Gonzalez looking for someone to throw to, feels the pressure, takes off, but then goes down around the 25-yard line later on. Eagles ball. Pass intended for Nathan Bosquez, but it's deflected by Faustino Hernandez. Now, only a few seconds to go till the half. Golden Bears still holding tight, and Edison's Jacob Gomez rushes it in for the touchdown. Eagles up the half 27-14. They would go on to win this one 39-14. Keeping the action going. Southwest Legacy Titans taking over the Lanier Vokes. Not too much scoring early on in this one. Vokes unable to finish the job. They have to settle for a early field goal here in a 3-0 lead. Now, Legacy's turn, trying to make something happen. Homer Flores going to take it himself. Weaves through traffic, dodges a couple tackles. He's brought down at the 45-yard line. A nice play. And Titans continue the charge. This time, junior Ricky Torres goes all the way to the 36-yard line. Nice gain for Lanier, but it's the Titans that go on to win this one 27-7. How about Central Catholic hosting San Antonio Christian? Central's Gibby Garza starts things off, plowing into the end zone for the first touchdown of the game. The Buttons up quickly, 7-0. Then take a look at this next play. Quarterback Grant Satcher. He hands it off to Shea Allen, but Allen fumbles the ball. Central tries to pick it up and goes down with it. They wait to come back into focus, and we're trying to figure out what happens, and the play would later be overruled, and San Antonio Christian would get the ball. So now Central's head coach, Mike Santiago, did not like that at all. Later on, Lions trying to make a comeback, but it's the Buttons that win 42-19 in this one. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Friday Night Blitz. Plenty more high school football to get to, including a team that's only in its second season of varsity football. The Harlan Hawks started their inaugural season last year with a win over the Holmes Huskies, but this year, Huskies making sure they don't do it again. The two opening the season against each other, second year in a row. Huskies' A.J. Ruiz off the snap here, escapes the pocket, but he's taken down at the 40. Nice play, but nothing would come of it. Then Harlan's turn, trying to make some magic. In their own end zone, though, A.J. McDade takes the ball off the handoff all the way to the 37-yard line. Hawks starting to take off a little bit, and again, it's McDade, except this time takes the ball off the snap, goes right up the gut. 21-yard touchdown. Nice play by McDade. This final score, Harlan goes on to win 42-0 over Holmes. How about East Central Hornets hosting the Corpus Christi Ray Texans? East Central getting hyped up in the Hornets' nest. They come out firing from the start in this one. First drive, East Central's ball, and, well, Hornets running back D'Angelo Roseman setting the tone right away, runs the left for a huge gain before being taken down in the red zone. And then that would lead to this. The Rock given back to none other than Roseman. Does his thing, breaks through to the end zone. 7-0 East Central. Hornets getting pumped up about that run. Ray trying to make something happen on their first possession. Deep pass caught by Texan wideout Joey Calero. Great catch by Calero. but Ray would only get 3 points on that drive, 7-3. East Central still leading now. Hornets with another sting, this time pass to Charles Oldsby for the score. East Central goes on to win this one, 48-10 over Ray. Over at Rutledge Stadium, Floresville Tigers taking on Veterans Memorial Patriots. Patriots coming out firing from all cylinders. Sophomore running back J.C. Solitaire rumbling into the end zone from 4 yards out. Pats on the board early, 7-0. J.C., though, just getting warmed up in this one. 7 minutes to go in the first. Hand off to him again. Solitaire plunges into the end zone. Make that 14-0 Veterans Memorial. But with a couple minutes left in the first, Tigers try to pounce. Senior running back Paul Marino charges through the brick wall. The entire Patriots defense on his back. Somehow Marino is able to score. Patriots win this one 63-21 over Floresville. Now, over in Corpus Christi, C.C. Miller Buccaneers hosting the Highlands Owls. Rough start for Highlands. Quarterback Juan Luna gets intercepted by Ezekiel Moya. And just like that, Bucks get the ball. First drive, highlighted by this guy, Marcel Davis. Big first down run, and that would lead later on to this. Senior running back Marcel Davis again. Touchdown for the Bucks, and Bucks don't stop there. They keep it going. Junior quarterback Andrew Bodie dumps to Ralph Rodriguez, and he does the rest. Corpus Christi Miller runs away with this one big time. Buccaneers win 79-0 over the Highlands Owls. High school football teams have turned those Friday night lights into the thing we know and love, but they wouldn't be complete without their supporting cast. And we all know the game day action wouldn't be as fun without its fans. Adriana Torres has this week's Fan Cam.
Hey Jill, so much to be excited for week one of high school football. Lots of action on the gridiron, but also in the stands. Let's take a look at our fan cam here at Ferris Stadium for Reagan versus Brennan. Come on.
We are Brennan. We tell the story. We tell the whole wide world this is their territory. Now Reagan and let's go Rattlers. Let's go Brennan. Let's go Brennan. Let's go Brennan.
Adriana, thank you. The Friday Night Blitz, though, far from over. After the break, we'll introduce you to the Rocket Man, Judson's new head football coach, Rodney Williams. Stay with us. Welcome back. The Judson Rockets start a new era this week. Longtime assistant Rodney Williams begins his first year as a head coach, but it was a long, winding journey to get to this point. Here's part one of our feature, The Rocket Man, part of our Coaches Connection, brought to you by San Antonio Express News.
Texas, a proud state with a legacy of blazing trails. The message NASA sent to the world as we sent our rockets into uncharted territories was that our pioneering spirit can never be ignored, and that it is that courage and commitment to excellence that sets us apart from all others.
Listen, the Eagle has landed.
Never is that spirit more alive than deep in the heart of South Texas, in the city of Converse, where another proud legacy of rocket pride continues to blaze trails. The long and illustrious history of winning championships has catapulted the Judson Rockets into Texas high school folklore. This powerhouse program has won 6 state championships under legendary head coaches Frank Arnold, D.W. Rutledge, and Jim Rackley, holding a state record for 42 consecutive winning seasons that began in 1977. This fall, Judson will begin a new era in Rocket football with the hiring of Rodney Williams, its first African-American head coach.
Just one of those things that, you know, when you sit and think about it, is probably bigger than me, and it's bigger than any coach that's come through this school. A lot of our kids don't really have many role models, especially our young African American kids. And I don't want to just be that coach. I want to be that coach for everybody. When I first came to Judson, it was because of the tradition. I mean, they're one of the most storied programs in football, high school football history. And why not go there and see if I can live up to that legacy? You know, when you always want to be the best, and you always want to play against the best. And I'm like, well, why not go to Judson?
Having the distinction of becoming Judson's first African American head coach wasn't a feat that happened overnight. Rather, it was a journey that took over 20 years of hard work, diligence, and a tremendous faith in oneself. And it's these lessons Coach Williams has learned along the way that he's determined to teach his young team.
I've been coaching now for 20 years, been overlooked 5 times for head coaching jobs. And if anything that the kids can take out of it is that, look, you can be that person that gets looked over, but as long as you just stay the pace and keep going and keep going and keep going, something good is going to happen. You're going to get knocked down a lot in your life, you know, but the key is, do you stay down or do you keep going? Most of my coaches, when I got the job, they all called me and was like, we're just proud of you. Not the athlete, you know, we're just proud of you as a person and what you've been standing for since the day they met me. And that's all I want from my players to be. I want to be proud of them as a person, not just an athlete. He gives you that hook, I'm just going to stay on. You got to go.
Having been the offensive coordinator for Judson for so many years, naturally the question becomes, how will Coach Williams be able to adjust to his new role as head coach?
I'm the same person. I told the kids, look, I'm going to be the same guy. The same Coach Will, they all call me Coach Will. The same Coach Will that y'all first met, it's going to be the same Coach Will when I leave here. It's just that now, instead of having the OC hat, I have the hat. And I said, but I don't know how to not do it to be it myself. And one of my old head coaches told me that. He said, whatever you do as a head coach, just be you. He said, don't try to mimic anybody else. Don't try to do what everybody else does. You do you. And it's got you this far. Apparently you're doing something right. And that's how I'm going to try to go with it.
With the beginning of a new chapter in Judson football being written, Coach Williams will usher in change. But change never comes without its critics.
The rest of that interview with Coach Williams coming up after the break, plus our top plays of the week when we return. Friday Night Blitz is back after this. Welcome back to the Friday Night Blitz. Here's part 2 of our feature story on Judson's new head football coach, Rodney Williams.
The fear of change can often doom those who resist it to a future of unrealized dreams and of promises unfulfilled. But the Judson Rockets have never backed down from the critics of change. It has been their legacy to blaze trails. And like Rodney Williams, this football program understands that change is a necessary component of growth, even if at times it has come with resistance.
I've heard about anything you can hear. And that's the mental part of being what you got to do, overcome to be a superior athlete per se, or a top-notch coach. You can't let other people's words and feelings pull you down. And I tell the kids that all the time. I said, the only thing that matters is the 100 or so guys we have. I said, people are going to always say, you should have done this, you should have done that. And I said, guess what? I do myself. But I have 45 seconds to make a call or make a decision, and I got to live with it. And if I keep second guessing myself, then I need to get out myself. And I'm not going to do that. You know, my choices and my decisions are not going to be the most popular. I mean, I'm going to have people from the community, probably some people in the front office, probably some people in the office. That's part of life. You disagree. You agree to disagree. And the good teams, the good staffs, take it in stride and find a way to come together and make it even more, I guess, prestigious and better for your team. And that's what I'm going to try to do.
Once they see the product that we get out on the field, we're going to be young, but I think we're going to play hard and
run through it.
And we're going to play with enthusiasm. And I think the community's going to be fired up about having Rodney as their head coach.
I know I'm going to be criticized. That's part of it. I'm a big boy. I can handle it. And I'm going to do it with a smile on my face and talk through it. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I'm going to be fair to our kids. I'm going to be fair to our coaches. And I'm going to be fair to our community. And whatever goes from there, part of life.
And he is prepared to remind everyone of that pioneering spirit that can propel these Rockets into a bright future.
Special thanks to Albert Wooten for putting together that awesome feature. Now time for our top plays of the week, brought to you by IHOP. Week 1 already in the books, so let's go ahead and look to week 2. Our next game of the week is a good one. It's the Hammer Bowl. The Judson Rockets and the Wagner Thunderbirds, two of the best teams from San Antonio, going head-to-head next Friday night. Of course, we'll have full game highlights of that one and also plenty of post-game reaction as well. Well, we want to thank you for watching the Friday Night Blitz, San Antonio's only 30-minute high school football show. We hope to see you right back here, same time next Saturday. I'm Jill Jelnick. Have a wonderful rest of your night.